right, second half of the show. We like to get into the segment. Some call it good. Some call it crazy. Let's call me crazy. What I like to call just the best part of the show. That's really my inner voice speaking. But I came to you guys for some of this stuff. I've come up with a few of my own. With four of us, we'll probably get to go around the horn a bit and have our share. So maybe we go for a while, but we'll see. I want to start off with this because I've been thinking this for a while. I talked to Michael enough to know that he's going to not call me crazy here. I'm super curious what Tyson thinks, incredibly curious what Patrick thinks. Give me the rundown, Patrick, if you will. Look we all love Connor. We all pray to Connor. We all appreciate Connor. And because of that, we can probably all sit here in our little group we've assembled tonight and look each other in the eyes and say that Connor's not having his best year. Connor hasn't been as effective as we maybe could have hoped. Now maybe the guy's got too much pressure, but I do see frustration, and we've seen injury. We've seen suspensions. In the meantime, Leon Draisaitl has 34 goals. He's on pace for over 60. Do the math for me. He's got 17 5-on-5 goals. He had 22 when he won the Hart last time. He's on pace for over 40. He's got 9 game-winning goals. 3 or 4 more than anybody else the last time I checked. Call me crazy, Tyson from Dolany TV, but Leon Draisaitl is the best player on earth right now.
And you know what? I will agree with you that he is, because there are times, and he's proven it in the past, especially when Connor's out, that he absolutely can go out there and take over the hockey game, take over the hockey universe, quite frankly. And that's what we see every so often, whether it's Connor's out or for a full season like right now.
Yeah, and you know what? Full respect to the guy who just signed the ticket. I'm going to go out and prove it, and I got nothing but respect for him in that regard. Patrick, call me crazy.
Well, yeah. Oh, you're not crazy. To your last point there, he just signed his 8-year extension. So if he wanted to take a slack off year, he's got the money coming, but he's coming in and having maybe his best year as an Edmonton Oiler right now, and he's by far the best team or the best player on the team right now. He's just been amazing. And case in point to you, Tyson, whenever McDavid's out, Leon steps up, comes in. They didn't win last night, but he got a goal and an assist. He's in on all the Oilers' goals last night. I was at the game last night with you as well, Dash, and he was the best player on the ice by far.
Yeah, and shoulders above everybody else. Thanks, Buddy, leading the league in plus minus 56% on the draws last time I checked. Hey, my heavy hockey Haligonian handsome hunk there, Michael. Call me crazy.
Jeez, I mean, I've been sending him love letters all year long. So. I mean,
you're the one.
I like Leon Draisaitl. He's outstanding. I mean, here's a guy who's voted best passer by the players not that long ago, and that's not even what he's known for. I just love watching this guy play. He is absolutely a beast. He is everything you want in a hockey player this year. He gets the puck. Even last night, the move that he tried to make, he was one-on-one to get around. I don't know who the defenseman was for Washington. He wasn't successful, but it was a next-level move. It was, he does things with the puck that nobody else does, and he protects the puck like nobody else protects the puck. He passes the puck like nobody else passes the puck. I mean, if the only thing I don't like about Leon Draisaitl is he can't play for Team Canada. I mean, when does he get his citizenship? I mean, we need him. The guys.
He's got a passport.
Yeah.
Can he play net?
Standing, right? Yeah, I mean, if he could play it, I mean, he could probably stop pucks with his stick, right? Like, what does the guy not do?
Oh, his big German ass. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's well done. It's well placed. Before
And he's
Ryan,
mean as shit. I love it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's nasty. Before I get to Ryan, I'm going to jump into the chat here because, I completely agree here with two of my boys from the nasty chat on EST, Ace 96 and Quaddy. It does remind me of a young Yager. The way he protects the puck, the way he uses his body, the way that he likes to control the flow of the play through his stick. Yeah, for sure. And you said it, Michael. This is arguably the best passer and playmaker in the NHL. He is the best player on his backhand in the entire NHL. Imagine if Leon
was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond, right? And Quaddy, my boy, like imagine if Leon was a shoot first player, Ryan. Call me crazy.
I can't do it. I'm with the boys here. Leon, I mean, the key phrase is right now, because we need to see this level of play for an extended period of time to call him the best. But he's having a totally incredible season. Like, he's been unbelievable. We've been talking about the offensive side of the puck, and with good reason. But I'm going to point to two things. Just straight up effort and will, right? He got benched in a game early in the season in Philadelphia, and he's been unbelievable ever since. And you look at the goal that it wasn't a goal that he scored. He set it up against the Kings, right? He wins a race to a puck. It absolutely shakes Trevor Moore, breaks his ankles, and then sets up McDavid for the game winner. Right, so that was sheer effort and skill and determination. And the other side is that Leon's going to get Selke Trophy votes this year, right? Like, I've heard some compelling arguments that suggest that he might not win it. Like, he doesn't get a lot of PK time and this and that. But the guy's going to get votes. Like, he might be a top 5 candidate. If he's not a nominee, he's going to be damn close. So it's not just his elite offensive production and what he can do there. It's newfound commitment to the defensive side as well.
Yeah,
and he doesn't get. They don't keep him off the PK because he can't do it. let's be honest.
It's a 5-on-3. Leon's going out because his hand-eye is unbelievable, and he can win you a draw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, great point to add after 3 brilliant guys already spoke in the defensive side of the puck, Ryan. That's. I can't say anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna shift gears just a little bit here. Patrick, you probably saw some of the things I did live last night. That power play just looks not itself. I don't know. Not itself. Like, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna make this statement. I don't love how Bouchard's been moving the puck. I see him hesitate. Tough call, Josh asked me to make some sort of absurd statement about the power play. So here it is. Evan Bouchard smashing both the cup between Hyman's legs and shattering the nose on his face has made our power play worse. Call me crazy. Patrick?
I'm not going to call it crazy. I think we were talking about Zach Hyman last week. I think one of the biggest problems is having that face shield visor on his face right now, because I think he's losing pucks when he's in front of the net. His eyesight's not the best. And, Zach Hyman's been one of our key contributors on the power play over the years since he came in. He was always banging those ones in on the goalpost, and Evan Bouchard just looked horrible last night, and I think it was the second goal he screened Skinner on. So, he had a terrible game last night for sure, and, not calling you crazy at all on that one.
And I'm going to give Bouchard a bit of a pass for last night. I've never been cross-checked by anybody that's 6'8", 280 pounds, right square in my teeth, and then I had to go back out and play a professional hockey game. That said, it looked odd. And what I'll say about that bubble that Hyman's wearing is it might not only be hindering his eyesight, You know what else, Patrick, is it's a constant reminder for Bouchard every time he lifts that stick to take a slap shot. Oh, I don't want to hit my guy.
Yeah,
right?
some
Like,
hesitation.
Yeah, he hit Pod Colson yesterday more than he hit any gaps. So I don't know. If he doesn't break Hyman, our power play would be better. Tyson, tell me I'm crazy.
I'm not going to tell you you're crazy, but again, I think it goes back before Hyman a bit here. I think you go back to the playoffs last year where the teams there successively, I think we had pretty good success against LA, and then Vancouver, Dallas, Florida kind of started winding down a bit there. And I'm not saying that necessarily is where this all began, but it seems to have carried over a little bit this year. And then, like you're saying, one thing after another for Bouchard at the blue line, whether it be bad bobbles at the start of the year, then hitting Hyman, and then obviously having that reminder, things are stacking up here. And I mean, might be a good time for John Klingberg to come aboard. Just not saying, but possibly.
Yeah. I don't see why, if the play continues how it is, that it shouldn't be at least some sort of, at least a test in practice. I don't know, why not? Ryan, call me crazy.
To be different, I am going to call you crazy. Like, we're starting to overthink this one a little bit. I mean, any hockey player, you're standing in front of the net like that for 82 games in a season, plus however many years you're going to do it, you're going to get hit with a puck once in a while. It's going to happen. And if you're the guy at the blue line that's trying to feather pucks in, well, you're pounding it at the net with traffic, hoping that it finds a way through. You're going to hit some guys once in a while. It's an unfortunate break that happened to Hyman. Sucks, but I'm not blaming Bouchard. I'm pretty sure that puck got tipped up into his face, if I recall, as well. It wasn't like he left the blade wide open and just hit him square in the nose with it. I mean, yeah, you could say that he struggled with some giveaways at the blue line. He's done it all over the ice, but you take that with the amount of good plays that he makes as well, or I shouldn't say good, the amount of high-level offensive plays he makes as well. Is an incredible shooter from the point. Like, not only can he rip it, but he's pretty darn accurate with it most of the time. One of the more productive defensemen from the blue line in the entire league. And he does a good job keeping pucks in at the blue line. He's been with that unit long enough to understand the flow of it and where he needs to be. So I don't think he's making the power play worse. I just think it's a unit that's been together for a long time now, and part of its teams are starting to figure him out a little bit, and part of it is you just can't be that good forever.
Yeah, look, we watched Tyson Barrie quarterback this power play, and we thought it would never get better. And then Bouchard stepped in and made it better. His ability to get pucks off, to your point, Ryan, like not with power. Yes, with power, but not only with power, but it's his snapshot, it's his wrist shot, it's his slap shot, and it's that he can get it off on his back foot. He can get it off inside. He can get it off outside. He can get it with his hand up high. Nobody on the Edmonton Oilers can do that. Not John Klingberg, not Nurse, not anybody else. So thank you for being the voice of reason. Thank you for being the first person to call me crazy tonight.
I take great joy in doing that.
I know, brother, and I hope you do again and more often. So I have a hard time telling you that you're anything but right there too. Look, as Edmonton Oilers fans, we've been begging for guys to go to the net since Ryan Smith. We get Hyman, we get Pod Colson, and Bouchard just picks them off one by one. So maybe we know why.
Just talking about Marchment taking a 95-mile-per-hour slap shot to the face.
Right.
Like, it happens in the NHL. These guys shoot hard, and pucks get deflected all the time.
Maybe we're starting to learn why Ryan McLeod, played like two trailer park girls around the outside.
Here's the thing with Bouchard, though. Yeah, like 100% you're crazy, right? Like, who else are you going to put there, for one? If I was to make a change, maybe this is the crazy thing, I'd probably try to put Nuge, move out Nuge for somebody else, because he hasn't been touching the puck a lot this year. Whereas last year, he was, if he was off the power play, you noticed it, right? But this year, McDavid's moving the puck more, I find, right? And so, but I think that happens only because you got a guy like Bouchard who like steps around guys all the time. right? He steps around and that's why he gives it away though sometimes too, right? Because he's trying to step around a guy, but he steps around guys, gives the puck to McDavid, gives him the little bit of extra space that he needs to do that pass back to Draisaitl for the one-timer on the goal line. You know, those types of plays, that only happens if you got a guy that can handle the puck like Bouchard. You're going to get, if you're handling the puck like that, even McDavid gives it away once in a while. We saw that the other night. It's going to happen. And Bouchard, you know, he's got a wicked shot, as we know. He's top 10 in defensive scoring, right, for the league. I think he's got 8 goals on the season. I was just looking it up, in the last 15 games, only 6 games did the Oilers not get a power play goal. I'd say that's pretty good. Right. Yeah. I mean, you know, if you can get a power, and a couple of those games they had more than one, right? So the Oilers are doing fine. If I was to make a change, I'd say try somebody other than Nuge. Maybe try. I mean, we've been talking about Skinner. Try Skinner, right? I don't know. Like try.
Now I know who's crazy.
Yeah. It's not going to happen, obviously, with Knobloch. But you know, if I was to make a change, I might try somebody other than Nuge. But last year, I would have been crazy for even suggesting that, I think, because when Nuge was gone. Yesterday, though, you take your best puck mover like that does. He goes, you know, east-west on the power play. Well, he goes around the whole offensive zone on the power play, and he just opens stuff up. But I do think that some of that's because Bouchard makes the play at the line to give him that space.
No doubt. Yeah. And I mean, the threat's got to be there, right? I go back to the Washington power play as a comparison for the rest of my life. When you got Backstrom dishing and you've got Ovi over there and Carlson over there, you're always guessing, right? Oh, geez, maybe Oshie comes in. Now, you know, those guys are over the hill now, but like, it's that mentality of like, is it going to be Bouch? Is it going to be Dry? You know, who's it going to order?
I'd like to see Bouch shoot more, though, again. Like, I felt like last year he shot a little bit more. And this year he's deferring the puck a little bit.
Well, as long as he gets them through, that's my thing. The last thing I'm going to say on Bouchard is I think all the Oilers are guilty of load managing, self-load managing. Bouchard is the most exposed when he self-load manages. So I think when Dry and McDavid take a few shifts off or take a period or two off, yeah, all right. When Bouchard takes a period or two off or even a playoff, it just seems to never end well. The bright side of all of this is maybe we don't have to pay him $10 million next year. Okay, let's move on.